Hi, amazing humans. Welcome to the Nourished Pineapple. Sarah King here, lover of all vegetables, fall crisp mornings, and pumpkin cream cold brew. That means that the holidays are upon us, and nourishing our bodies with healthy foods may not be top of mind, but actually, this is the most important time to keep focusing on nourishing our bodies with healthy foods so that we can make sure that we thrive during the holidays and fight off infection and disease. With the fall also comes less sunlight, cooler temperatures, and also food with maybe a little bit more sugar in it, which can compromise our immune systems. So I would like to challenge you during this holiday season to focus on getting more vegetables, healthy protein, good carbohydrates, and good fat into your diet, and also give yourself some grace if you overeat. So say for example, you have a little bit too much food because you're enjoying your mom's mac and cheese or your favorite pumpkin pie, and that's okay. If that happens, no big deal. I do it all the time. And just give yourself some grace and some love, and just take a deep breath, go for a walk, and help your body digest that food. After you eat, it's really good to go for a walk. And also just wait until the next time you're hungry again. That doesn't mean that you have to throw all of your good behaviors that you've done up to this point out the window. It just means that you just enjoyed that pumpkin pie or whatever that favorite food was. Maybe a lot of enjoyed it, and it's all right. Just wait till you're hungry. And I know that's taken me a while to figure that out. Like, am I really hungry? And it's good to let your body have that rest time instead of just eating by the clock. Wait till your body tells you, I'm hungry, I'm ready to eat again. Because it'll tell you that. You just need to stop and listen. So what I want to do today is show you a couple options that you can prepare for the week, that you can have in your fridge, ready to grab, easy to access, or just throw in the oven, warm up, so that you can have healthy food waiting for you when you're ready for your next meal, when your body is hungry and it needs that nourishment again. All right, so what I'm going to show you are ways that you can have a couple different things ready to go in the fridge, or chop up and put in the oven, so that when you're hungry, you can nourish your body with the food that's going to help it feel great, and also help it fight off any infection, and just nourish us, okay? So one of the things that I like to do, I like to cut corners when I can when it comes to preparing food. So I do get the bagged or packaged already lettuce and greens. So one of my favorites is Organic Girl. If you have this in your grocery store, they have some really cool blends, but this one it's super spinach and lots of fiber, vitamin C in this one. And then I always like to have spring mix too. So I do have those ready to go in the fridge so that I can just plop them in a bowl and have my leafy greens available. I do try to have leafy greens at least every meal. I add them to my veggies or to my eggs in the morning, and then also have them during lunch, and then we'll have a salad with our dinner. And I have this chicken here all ready to go. I like it cold, and I'll just put this on top of my salad. And then I also have my pickled eggs with beets. That's another option. So I'm going to show you how to build that plate. And then I also wanted to share a recipe that I learned from the amazing Coach Jenny at CrossFit Iron Horse. And it's roasting some squash and zucchini and topping those with everything bagel seasoning. Let's get started here. The first thing I'm going to do is the zucchini and squash. I'm going to slice those up so we can pop them in the oven. So when I slice those up, you just want to glide your knife through, and they'll roll everywhere. Glide your knife through the squash and zucchini. And go as slow as you can. Remember, this takes practice. They're going to go everywhere. And keep your fingers back. Watch, one day I'll slice myself in one of these. Okay. So I got my zucchini. Put these guys on here. And I'm not gonna separate them out just yet because we're gonna put our fat on there. I'm going to add avocado oil to the squash and zucchini because I like to heat the oven up to 450 degrees to get them a little bit more crispy. And I'm also going to pop in the potatoes too, so I like to get those a little bit more crispy as well. And avocado oil has a higher smoke point, so it's not going to get all smoky in here when I pop the veggies into the oven. And I just added a little drizzle on top. And then I just line them up so that they can all get cooked evenly. And these are really good for breakfast too. If you want to switch up your vegetables, you can pop these guys in the oven. They're delicious. I can eat like a whole pan to myself. They're so good and good for you. And we're going to add our everything bagel seasoning. This stuff is really good if you like the everything bagels. We're also going to do the potatoes. So I'm going to go get those. Okay, so we also have our potatoes here. And I just got a mixture of these little guys. And it's purple potatoes, new potatoes. And I'm just going to slice these in half so they cook a little faster. And then add them to their own baking sheet. And these are good to save in the fridge for lunches if you want to have this be your carbohydrate for breakfast. And you can just heat them up in the pan because they're already going to have oil on them, so you don't need to add any more oil to the pan when you heat them up. I actually like them in the morning with my eggs and vegetables, or on my salad cold. All right, so we got these guys all sliced up. I just like to pick up the cutting board and blend it. I forgot to do that with the squash and zucchini, but I remembered. It's a lot easier. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of avocado. You can add the everything bagel seasoning if you want to, but I actually prefer just to hit it with a little bit of salt on my potatoes. Because I'm going to have the everything bagel seasoning on the squash and the zucchini, and I'll probably have both of them together with one of my meals, and I don't want to like like over everything bagel it. But that's up to you. You're a honey badger, do what you want. All right, we're gonna get these guys all separated out so that they roast and they don't steam. So we're gonna stick our vegetables into the oven that's set at 450 degrees, and we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes. So while the squash and the potatoes are in the oven, I'm gonna start to show you how to build the healthy plate that I was talking about. And Precision Nutrition has a really good infographic that shows, as far as portion size goes, what you want to include in a meal. And that's just to make sure that you're getting all of the macronutrients, your protein, your carbohydrates, your vegetables, your fats in your meal so that your body can process and convert those nutrients and use them the way that it needs to. So the link is below, and I really recommend that you go check it out. They also have a list of healthy foods that are included in each category, and they even separate it out by the foods that you want to focus on eating most of the time or all the time, and then foods that maybe have some of the time, and then other foods that you maybe only want to have occasionally. So on those special occasions where you want to celebrate with folks and have those special moments and experiences with your family, it's not that you want to eliminate them completely and give yourself a hard time if you have them, but save those foods for those special moments. So when I think about building a healthy meal, like I said before, I like to have my greens available, and I like to build bowls, and in the bowl I'll just put a handful of my healthy greens here, and I'm making two because Brian's gonna be hungry. And leafy greens, about 2 cups is what is recommended. It looks like a lot, but they're just, really fluffy, as Everett would say. So I have my leafy greens here, and then, like I said, some brown rice. I can add that, and this can be a healthy carbohydrate. I do have issues or a sensitivity to gluten, and I found by listening to my body that this brown rice that we actually buy in bulk from Costco, that it doesn't make me feel tired, bloated, just overall crummy. So I do like to have this as one of my options. I like to have it available. So I just actually pop this in the microwave, and I'll separate it out and put that in our bowl. But since we have the potatoes cooking, I'm going to have that as the healthy carbohydrate for this meal. So the other thing that I like to make sure that I have are vegetables, more vegetables in addition to our leafy greens. I will slice up a red onion. I just like having that red onion flavor with the vinegar and the fat that I'm going to add as my topping to the salad bowl. And also, I like to make sure I have different kinds of vegetables and all kinds of color too. Because the different kinds of color that are in your fruit and vegetable just means that it has different nutrients and vitamins available and antioxidants. I'm going to slice up a tomato here. I like to have little bites. Just put a little bit in there. And then I'll just break up into small bites. My cauliflower and broccoli. like to rip it up into little pieces, so you're not like, you know, trying to chew a gigantic piece of broccoli. I've done that before. You just can't do that gracefully. I mean, I've tried. I'm going to slice up and just put one thin slice of onion on my bowl, because I just like that red onion flavor, but it can be really overpowering, so don't want too much. So I'm going to slice off the end. I'm going to keep the root here so that it stays together, but I will chop it in half. Save that for later. Colorful red onion. Reminds me of I think it's the garden salad or some house salad from Panera Bread. I love that combination of the Italian dressing, that vinegary dressing, and then the red onion and tomatoes and the spring mix. It's just so good. So I just have little baby ones, just thin slices. I like a little bit more red onion. Okay, so we got our vegetables. And I know that looks like a lot. Does not mean that you have to eat it all. I do try to make it based on those portion sizes that I know. So with your protein on that Precision Nutrition website, with your protein for females, you want it to be the size, try to just do the size of your palm. For males, it's 2 palm sizes for protein. And then for your vegetables, you want it to be a fist size. And then for your your healthy carbohydrate, just to fit in your cupped fist. And then for your fat, just the size of your thumb. So, and then also our protein here. So I made this chicken in the crock pot. I just stuck it in the crock pot, drizzled a very small amount of avocado oil on top, and then just added some smoked paprika for flavor. And I put those in the crock pot on low for 6.5 hours. 6 to 6.5 hours. These chicken breasts were a little smaller, so I didn't cook them as long because I didn't want them to dry out. And then once they were done cooking in the crock pot, I just got my tongs and shredded them up, and this is what we got. And so I just keep this in the fridge for the week, and we can just grab this as we eat our meals, and we want this is our protein. Another option that I like to do, nobody else in the house likes it, but I like pickled eggs with beets. And this is something that my mom would get from Fisher Foods in Canton, Ohio, from the deli. Only place that I have seen it. We don't have it down here in Texas, but I love putting the pickled eggs and the beets on top of my salad bowl. It's a nice source of protein, and if you like that pickly flavor in the beets, just really offset it. It's really delicious. So today I'm going to add our chicken. And that looks, our veggies are out of the oven. Look at those guys. Selfie with the veggies. Yay! All right, so we have our yummy bowls with veggies and our protein. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit of salt. And then for my fat, I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil today. And I'm going to just drizzle this on top. You want about a thumb's worth of fat. I eyeball it. And then I'm going to put balsamic vinegar on these today, just to add an acid to the fat. I also use apple cider vinegar on other days instead of the balsamic. So just switch it up. Or if there's another different kind of vinegar that you've tried and you like, go for it. I also recommend Primal Kitchen's Italian dressing. That's really tasty, and it's got good fats in it, none of the stuff that's not going to nourish you. So I hope that you enjoy these. Thank you so much for joining and watching. I hope that the ideas that I gave you today were helpful, and I also hope that you give yourself some grace and time to enjoy yourself this holiday season. It's okay if you overeat. It's okay if you have a piece of pumpkin pie. You know, having those moments with your family and enjoying that experience is one of the good things that life has to offer. And we want to enjoy this journey that we're on and not deprive ourselves all the time. And when we're adding in those fruits and vegetables to our meals and giving ourselves a little bit of room to have some fun, then that's what it's all about. So if you do overeat, like I said, or if you have that extra piece of pie, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself a little bit of time to reset and give your body time to digest and adjust, and just wait till the next time you're hungry. No big deal. It'll be okay. The more you practice that, the better you're going to get at it, the more you're going to remember, and it's going to become secondhand again to you too. And you know, when you do that, say to yourself, I'm awesome, I got this, no biggie, and just give yourself a little pat on the back, okay? So I hope you enjoy the holidays, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. And remember to stand tall, wear a crown, and stay nourished.